Hi guys, so I wanted to finally do a little house tour for y'all. I've gotten a few requests to do one, so I'm finally doing it. I'm gonna talk a little bit about things I'm gonna change in the house because it's definitely not exactly how I want, but if I waited until it was exactly how I wanted, this video would come out like right before we are moving to the next one, I'm sure. It's at a point that I really like. I'm really proud of what it looks like right now, but there are a few things that I feel like will make a huge difference, and I just haven't gotten around to buying the materials to do them. So I'm just going to show you what it looks like as of right now, and hopefully you like it. I'm gonna stay behind the camera, but I'm right here so I can point to everything. In our living room, we have this golden color couch, which is from West Elm. It's like a nice velvet, which also, if you're looking for a really good quality couch and that's really easy to clean, couldn't recommend this enough. I used to work there, so I got that discount. So that's why I have a ton of West Elm pieces. This is their performance velvet in golden oak, and I couldn't recommend it enough. It's so easy to clean. It looks really nice. And this is the Whitman couch. So we have that, and then the pillows, the matching pillows on either end are also from West Elm. They're like a velvet that matches the sofa with a white piping. And then the pillow with the flowers right here I made with fabric from Liberty. And then this pillow right here is from a brand called Stoff Studios. They're hand screen printed. I actually spoke to the woman on Instagram who owns it and makes them, and she couldn't be sweeter. I would highly recommend her products. They're really, really good quality, and they just are so pretty. Lucy Williams, I showed her in my first video. She also has this pillow, and I definitely copied her on that one because I love it so much. And then in the foreground right here, I have, it's actually an office chair, but I figured as a placeholder to have extra seating, I really liked it right there. And then we have my coffee table here, which I made. It's actually a tabletop that my dad made just out of like thin wood, and it had screws on the bottom for legs. So I got some legs from Lowe's, painted them, and then some foam and fabric and just upholstered the top. It's not perfect, but I definitely love the look of it, and it works for our needs. And on top, I have this tray that my mom just got me. I think it's from Home Goods. But I really like the way this little living room is set up. It's nice and cozy, has a nice mix of patterns. And over here, this blue chair is also from West Elm. It's the pin chair. I think the color is called Slate or something like that. It looks gray, but it's like a nice blue color in a velvet with a, what is that? A tiger print pillow right there. That's from Target. I also have these pink curtains from Amazon. I definitely need to get a different curtain rod. This one's super thin and is missing a hook in the middle, so it kind of droops. But for now, they look good. They're blackout. They're not quite big enough for this window, but it works. Works with the paint color. This paint color is called Contented from Sherwin-Williams, and I really like it. It's a dupe for Mizzle by Farrow & Ball. And then this little side table is from Amazon. It's just a simple little blue side table, and then I have this thrifted tray with some candle cutting equipment. This rug is called the Juniper rug, I believe, also from West Elm. It's really nice. It's like a 100% cotton, and it's pretty good quality. It definitely needs a rug pad. We don't have one, so it slips and slides, but for now it works. And this is the coffee table up close. It's like this floral pattern. It's getting a little faded from where we put our feet, but it's not that noticeable. And then in here, I have this pocket change, like vintage dish that I found with some coasters from Liberty. And then I have this handmade little dish. I think I found it at like Goodwill or something. It's really cool, and I just keep this Matilda Goad matchbook holder in it. Over here to the right of the sofa, I have this lamp also from West Elm. I think it's called the Zigzag Lamp. I really like it. I think it's really fun. I just have that sitting on a chair with some magazines and then a thrifted little dish where I keep the remote. Just some baby equipment underneath for pumping and all that jazz. And I actually need y'all's opinion. This area right here is blank. I don't have any art there yet. I don't really know what to do with it. I'm wondering if I should move this chair elsewhere and put like a desk or something. I don't know. What do y'all think? Because it's pretty empty, so I'm not entirely sure. On the opposite side of that, we have our fireplace. This is definitely a unique fireplace. This house was built in the 50s, so I'm guessing this is like a normal 50s style fireplace. I really like it. It had this like dance studio mirror. I'm sure you can see like the paint difference. We got another can of paint, but it ended up not being the same shade. Whoops. But anyways, we put this mirror there from Target that I just painted this red color. And then I have a bunch of little knickknacks on top. Excuse the tiny little fingerprints. That would be our son. We love to hold him up to the mirror and he loves to touch the mirror. So I just have these sconces that I thrifted. This is another thrift find. It's actually a carved wooden tray that looks like playing cards. It's really cool. Just some postcards throughout. These candle holders I thrifted. This is another thrift find. It's like I think it's a nutcracker. I'm not sure. Some postcards. I have a little fish face. And then this original art piece that I thrifted here. And a local artist piece of work. This and this piece are local artists. Next to the chair, I have this little shelving unit from IKEA. It just holds like our Wi-Fi router and some books and stuff. I would love to put fabric around this, like a little cafe curtain to hide all of that. Eventually I will do that, but for right now it works. On top, I have a painting I did in high school, a little plant, some books, and then a picture of my husband and my son. I love that picture so much. And then just some magazines and a basket I got in Florence, Italy. Over here we have the built-in bookshelves, which I love. I'm so happy that the house has that, and some extra storage down there. I just have some knickknacks, a bunch of random stuff. Over by the bookshelf we have the entryway. I just have this jute rug. I'm playing around with the orientation. I've put it vertically, but it kind of looked weird in the walkway, like it didn't make that much sense, so I have it horizontally. I don't know. It works for now. This is the little entryway, and I have this little not credenza, this little table that my dad made for us, and it has a ton of Vogue magazines and then some of my favorite books on top. This is that Luke Edward Hall book I was talking about in my last video. This book I've had since high school. My high school art teacher gave that to me. And then Kelly Wearstler's book with some matches on top. Above this, it's kind of awkward. I'm working on, there's like a ton of space here. I would like to make one of my scallop tables for this space. I have a homeware line called Walkthrough, and I make tables and trays and all that. So I need to make something for myself. But for now I have this and this painting that is, I think it's from the 50s. It's just this little kid's drawing, and I found it in this vintage shop covered with like a bunch of stuff, and I saw the corner of it and I thought it was the coolest thing. I love art that looks like it's been done by children. And then beside it I have these candlestick holders that I thrifted with some brown candles in them. To the right of that I have these two vintage horse drawings. This one is from the 50s. I think it's so cool. And I think this one's from the 50s as well. I just love a horse painting. I don't know why, but I got those matching ones at a thrift store. And then below that, another thrift find, this bright orange chair with some books on it. And then my mom just got us this giant clamshell from Lowe's because it reminds me of the Matilda Goad one, and I couldn't be happier. It's huge. So for now I put it there, but I think it's the coolest thing ever. We're gonna move on to the dining room. The dining room is directly across from the living room. It's kind of like one big open space. And my dad actually made us this dining set, this table and booth. I just showed him one inspiration picture and he completely built it on his own. It is covering the window, which is like a design faux pas, but I figured the next house we live in might have the perfect wall for this, so I don't want to cut it or anything, and it works for this space because when someone's sitting here, they don't hit their head against the window. But I love this thing. It's like this deep burgundy color, which I have a lot of this color throughout my house. And then these two green velvet chairs that my husband got me from Amazon. And on top, I just have some knickknacks like candles and this napkin holder and then these salt and pepper shakers. And beside the window, I have another art piece that I made in high school. It's just some naked people. And then I have this Elvis painting. My husband and I are huge Elvis fans, and this is by a local artist. And then I have another Elvis piece over here. This one is actually a vintage piece that I got on eBay. I just thought it was so cool. It needs a different frame. I don't really love that frame for that, but it works for now. And we didn't even intend to do this, but I love how our high chair blends in with the walls. Didn't plan on that, but I love it. And then over here, it's a mess. These are the trays I'm painting for my shop walkthrough. I made these wooden trays and I'm just gonna paint them to sell them. But this is kind of just a junk area. It has some random art that I do love, but it's just kind of placed on top of it. I have this drawing of Jesus that I think is the coolest. And then this little photo of a bench with a postcard. And then these two matching lamps. And there's like candle wax spilt on this. It's kind of a mess. I would love to put either doors or a curtain over it, but it kind of just holds like paint supplies, records, technology stuff, speakers, and then my son's bouncy chair. So it's kind of a mess, but it works to hold stuff. I forgot to mention, ignore the tripod. To the right of the fireplace is our TV. And again, I want to put little curtains behind this glass to hide all that stuff. And it's just where our TV is because I did not want to put it above the fireplace. So for now, it's just there, kind of hidden off to the side. Moving on to the kitchen. This is the kitchen. It's a very traditional, like 50s style kitchen. The flooring is really gorgeous. I don't know about you. Just kidding. It's pretty bad. It's this vinyl flooring that, I mean, what are you gonna do? But we got this giant area rug that kind of covers it. I didn't realize that it would be the same color as the tile, but you know what? It works. It works. It's like a navy in this crisscross pattern. And we are going to paint this kitchen because it's like this really yellowy dull color. It's just not doing anything for me. But to help that, I put up these drawings that I did with chalk pastels, and my dad made red frames for them, so I just hung those up. And eventually I would like to paint this room, maybe a blue color. And I don't know if you can tell, but it's a pretty good size. Like, I don't know how to grasp how big it is, but there's a lot of space, and as you can see, it's just kind of empty. So we desperately need like a kitchen island here because there's not a ton of kitchen workspace. But anyway, it's pretty boring. I have some detail shots of what I have going on, but it works. It's definitely, there's nothing wrong with it. It just needs a little bit of color to it. So that's the kitchen. Moving on, this little corridor that goes from the entryway. It's blank right now, and I would love to paint this whole section like a really fun color, or maybe even a pattern, like paint a little pattern on it. I don't know. And this light has got to go, and this art is not my favorite, but it works for now. We have our bedroom right here, and there's so much I want to do with our bedroom. I kind of just set it aside because our son has been sleeping. We had a bassinet right here, and he's just been sleeping in our room until now. He sleeps in his own room, but it's fine. There's so much I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make 2 Euro pillows with fabric that I got. My husband got me Beata Heyman fabric for Mother's Day, and then I have Liberty fabric to cover this lumbar. But it's this really pretty lilac color. The ceiling is really tragic. It's like a yellowy off-white color. And I got these curtains on Amazon, and they're just not doing many favors. It's hard to tell, but they're like a beige, and it just doesn't look good with the wall. So I would love to get deep burgundy blackout curtains and then a thicker rod up top. This one's kind of flimsy. But the fun part about this room is my dad made us these nightstands in this bright Kelly green color, and eventually I would love to get Matilda Goad knobs for it. I think that would be so fun, but these are really nice. He made them with literally 2x4s, and they're so fun. They're just a bright green color, and then I have matching Target lamps on top. They were like $12, and eventually I would love to get different sheets. These are just striped ones. And then over here we just have our big dresser with some art on top, and then I have this metal tray that I thrifted, which I just have our jewelry and watches and stuff separated, and then a plate with all of the perfume and this thrifted dish with more perfume. And here's a tintype of my husband and I, which I love. I love this picture so much. If you're ever in Richmond, Virginia, Slow Me Down on Instagram does tintypes, and she's incredible. I love this picture. You can't really tell because of the glare, but it's so fun. It's a fun memory to have. And then I have a Luke Edward Hall print, and he's signed it, which is crazy. I mentioned that in my last video, but I might paint the frame. I'm not entirely sure. And I just have some thrifted art. This is definitely not my favorite. I would love to rearrange and get rid of this lamp. It's just kind of, it's not my favorite, but it works, you know? And then I just have more curtains over here in this little seat. And then our rug, I love this rug. I have this rug in our room and our son's room. It's from Lowe's, and it couldn't be more comfortable. So that's our bedroom. Pretty simple. Oh, and we did change the light fixtures. These are from Amazon, 30 bucks. The ones that were in the house before were so bad. They're straight from the 50s, not great at all. So we did a little upgrade and have those. Next to our room is the best room in the house, my son's room. Same lighting up top. I really wanted to make sure his was the best room in the house. It's still a work in progress. As you can see, I have these plastic bins that definitely gotta go. But his room is just so fun. I wanted it to be primary colors, just bright and fun, and I want him to have a good time in here. He's just 4 months, so he doesn't notice that much about the room, but also please ignore the fact that this is so crooked. I have to get command strips because it's side heavy to kind of tack that over, but this is another drawing I did, and my dad made these frames for it. It's just a little tiger above his crib. This crib is like a really pretty forest green, and then his rocking horse, which my dad also made, which is so amazing. I have to paint it, but right now it's just plain, but he made that from scratch, which is so cool. And again, same rug. And yeah, his room is just so fun. There's this little rocking chair my mom found, and my dad spray painted it. His little play gym, and these blackout curtains, guys, I could not recommend them enough. These are from Amazon. I got a 2-pack or a set of 2 panels for $22, and it came with the rings and attachments for the curtains. I promise you, these will make your room pitch black. Like, I have these blinds open and I'll shut the curtains and it's literally so dark in here. I couldn't recommend them enough. If you guys have babies who need blackout curtains for their room, these are incredible. I'll link them below because I couldn't recommend them enough. And then for the wallpaper, it's also from Amazon. We were gonna do the whole room, but that gets expensive. So we were like, let's just do one wall, and then the rest of the walls are the same as the living room, that contented color from Sherwin-Williams. This glider rocker is from Namesake. It's so nice. I couldn't recommend it enough. It's really comfortable. It has this really pretty vine pattern on it, and then it has this little pillow that my sister gave me. But yeah, his room is just so fun. I painted the window frames, or the window sills, this bright tomato red, and I just wanted like fun primary colors that capture his attention. And I don't know, I definitely don't want a sad beige kid's room at all. So I hopefully didn't do that for him. Last little bit of the house, it's just the bathroom. It's nothing crazy. This light has got to go, but I just painted this the same color as our bedroom, and it's really nice. I mean, don't look too close because the grout that they did is really shocking. It looks very much like a DIY project, no offense, but it looks dingy, but I promise you I clean. Anyways, I have a Matilda Goad bath mat, just a little striped curtain, and then I found this really cool vintage shoe shine box, and we use it as a squatty potty with a Alexa Chung book on top. But this is a little shelving unit, very dusty. Don't look at that. It used to be brown, but I painted it the same color as our dining room bench and table. It's this like burgundy color that I love, and it's really nice. I think it goes well with the purpley wall color. And then I just have a picture of David Bowie that I got in London. So that's about it. That's the house. It's pretty small. It's definitely a work in progress. There's a lot of things I want to do, but for now I'm really happy with it. It feels very me and my husband. Thankfully he's let me kind of take the reins on what I want to do with it. But yeah, that's my house. I hope you liked it. I'm sure I'll do home update videos in the future. But yeah, I hope you guys liked it, and I will see you next time.
Sweetest Karina, give me a sign. Still haven't seen you, but I'm calling you all the time. Calling you all the time. Caught in the turn, losing the line. But I've learned to believe you when you say it'll be just fine. You say it'll be just fine.